So, news dropped that Hulk Hogan passed away at the age of 71. Of course, I think it was a shock to a lot of us because, every time we see Hulk Hogan on TV or on social media, he's vibrant, he's always, promoting something, and he looks physically to be in good shape. But of course, if you know about Hulk Hogan's career, you know he's had a number of surgeries, a number of injuries, and when you're going as hard as he was going at wrestling, with a lot of high impact moves. I know people say, well, he's no Rey Mysterio. It's not like Will Ospreay. He's not doing flips and tricks. But Hogan wrestled for a very, very long time. Hogan wrestled into his 50s, right? Not many people can do that. I mean, Ray can do that. Ray's one of the few guys, and even Ray's had a lot of surgeries as well. But yeah, Hulk Hogan's had a very storied career, an absolute legend of the wrestling game. Absolute legend. A guy who transcended the sport. He had, multiple primes and he was probably accumulatively, I'd imagine, the highest drawing figure in wrestling history ever. Because he was able to draw for so long. Face of WWF in the 80s. Face of WCW come the mid late 90s. And then comes back again to WWE post WCW, has a good run there, then joins TNA. And I know people don't like to talk about that TNA run as much, but to me there was still a lot of good moments from that TNA run. I know probably TNA lost a lot of money on him, and TNA didn't go to the places where they expected to go with Hulk Hogan. I think everyone across the board can agree with that, but that's not to say it was all bad. Like, there was some really great moments. First thing that springs to mind is that Hulk Hogan face turn at Bound for Glory 2011. And I'm like, this is a Hulk Hogan that's so far removed from his prime, yet still is able to command responses from crowds that guys in their primes would never be able to do. Like, that was probably one of TNA's loudest reactions when Hogan, turned face again. The stadium erupted. The arena erupted, right? But like I said, a guy who absolutely transcended the sport, and, thoughts go out to his immediate family and close friends. And like I said, no doubt an episode of the podcast will be dedicated to Hulk Hogan because he's had such a long and storied career. There's more than enough stuff for me and Evan to talk about. So that probably will be the next episode, but we'll see. But yeah, sad news here about Hulk Hogan, a true legend of the wrestling game. And I know a lot of people sort of hate on him. Look, I know what happened. I know what he said. I know. But yeah, in my opinion, he's still a legend. In my opinion, he's still a legend. Still, one of the biggest names in the sport. Mount Rushmore name. Icon of professional wrestling. But yeah, RIP Hulk Hogan, man. End of an era. And I don't know what's going to be going on with his Real American Freestyle. I think that's what it's called. I don't know if that's been shot. I don't know if he's in that. I don't know. But we'll have to wait and see. I think that's coming out end of August. But we'll see. But yeah, RIP to Hulk Hogan, man. A legend of the game. But yeah, another episode of the Seth Son of Cyclops in the bag. And I'm out. Peace.